This is Faraka JGC.
And Kylehyde11219.
And we are doing the AOA of 2009. Whatever the top 10 AOAs, whenever they are video game characters, anime characters, of real life human beings. If you're wondering what AOA stands for, it stands for Association of Assholes, where we'll listen to the top 10.
As for the criteria of who we picked for the top 10, we found an asshole, we voted, we put him on the list. Done.
Yeah, that's about it. Number 10, Albert Wesker from Resident Evil 5. He's not on the list because the boss battle was fairly easy. But the reason why he's on this list is because of the fact that he constantly fixes his hair in the middle of the battle. That is an insult when you're shooting at him and he had the time to fix his hair. It's bad enough he dodged a bullet. And even at the end, he answers his cell phone. How annoying is that? Number 9, Activision, for threatening Sony to drop their price tag but overcharging on the game. Also overcharging on a DLC for all games. But that's not all.
Billy Kotick is Activision's CEO and has basically become public enemy number 1 to gamers. Why? Because he drops popular titles like Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena, 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand, Ghostbusters the video game, and Brutal Legend because he can't make yearly copies of it like EA would do with sports games. So he basically drops them to other companies and only focuses on franchises he could saturate like Guitar Hero. And another reason he's an asshole is because he said himself is that if he could, he would raise the prices of games. In fact, Modern Warfare 2 costs more for the PC than it does for the consoles, which makes pretty much absolutely no fucking sense. And that's why, thanks to him, Activision is number 9 on the AOA asshole list.
Number 8, Sakura from Naruto. This is a spoiler warning, so if you do not want to know what happened in Naruto Shippuden, please skip to number 7.
And if you complain about it, you'll become asshole number 11.
Sakura confesses her love to Naruto. After 1, Hinata did, risking her life. 2, after being cussed out by Sai. 3, after Naruto being popular and loved by everyone, making her a gold digger if you really look at it. And 4, they're about to go to war. At least when Hinata did it, it was believable. But Naruto still threw her phoniness.
Now, even though in the latest chapter it turns out that Sakura only did it so Naruto wouldn't feel guilty about having to kill Sasuke, or if Sakura had to kill Sasuke, she didn't have to do it through that whole phony love bullshit. Just be honest, woman. That's why you're asshole number 8. Number 7, Vince Russo. This man is the guy who is single-handedly ruining TNA wrestling. Russo is the head of the creative team for TNA, and even after all these years, he's still as incompetent as he was in WCW. He keeps coming up with ridiculous gimmick matches, puts big-time gimmick matches on TV for free, and writes storylines that make absolutely no goddamn sense. This year, in 2009, it was especially bad, because the Victory Road pay-per-view was the worst pay-per-view of the year, not just for TNA, but for professional wrestling in general. And he also got Jim Cornette released from TNA and replaced him with Ed Ferrara, his partner from WCW. Yeah, this makes sense, doesn't it, Dixie? Having to hire the 2 guys that helped ruin WCW? This is why many wrestlers are now pissed off at Russo for his booking, and they're even more pissed off as the company because they're bringing in Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff, and because of that, their spots will likely be taken away by old wrestlers that need to retire. At this rate, TNA is bound to go the way of WCW because it'll all be thanks to the exact same people responsible for it. And I pretty much blame Vince Russo. And that's why he's number 7. Number 6, Perez Hilton, or as I like to call him, the very definition of the word faggot. And the reason I call him that is because he recently used the word faggot against Black Eyed Peas frontman will.i.am and claims he's allowed to say it because he's gay and that he has any right to say what he wants. Yet I remember during the Miss USA competition where he bashed one of the contestants because she said in her opinion that gays should not be allowed to marry because that's the way she was grown up upon. Now, I don't really necessarily agree with that, but it was her opinion and at least she was honest about it. However, Perez Hilton decides to bash her for it, making him pretty much hypocritical. Also, I don't think he's actually gay considering how fake this guy is. Think about it. The name Perez Hilton is basically a ripoff of Paris Hilton, who isn't actually a real celebrity either. So this guy has a fake name based on a fake celebrity. To me, that just screams epic fail. and that's why he's asshole number 6 on the list. YouTube's being an asshole about the time limit, so stay tuned for part 2.